What's happening, gang? It's your boy Retro back again with another reaction video. Yeah. Today we got another huge update. Is now seeing the New York Attorney General Letitia James making her way back into the spotlight, back into the headlines, and it's not for good reasons, you guys. It's only a matter of time before we've seen us all catching up to Letitia James and backfiring in the worst way, guys. I'm excited to get this clip to see exactly what's backfired on her now. You know, Letitia James brought about that legal lawfare, weaponization of the Department of Justice system on Donald Trump with that civil fraud case, and she was far in the wrong. It's time for her to pay, and I can't even say I'm not happy about it, guys. I'm excited to see what's going on here. So I'm gonna get straight into the update, and I'll save all my comments for the back end, guys. So definitely stick around to the end to get my thoughts on the back end. And also, YouTube, push this video out. Definitely stick around until the end, you guys. But let's get straight into the news. Before we can do that, though, make sure you guys hit that like button for me, and also hit that subscribe button as we're on the road to the truth. Hop aboard for the journey. Let's get into it, y'all.
America is one of the most religiously open and religiously accepting places in the world. Although America, if they show any kind of judgment, it's always against Christians. But here you have Letitia James in New York in a massive backfire because the Democrats, they totally screwed up on this, allowing people to cover their faces. And now that it's backfired, they're losing elections. They're creating crime because of it. And Letitia James, she's stuck in the middle. What will she do? Welcome to Doug in Exile, guys. Let's hang out together. I showed you, these are just some big topics that I think are really influential on cover. I believe riots are going to happen this summer over this election. And so will the Democrats allow the protesters to wear masks and get away with what they want? Or are they going to make it illegal to wear a mask? Let's go to this New York Post article. AG Letitia James getting behind bid to re-implement New York law banning masks after anti-Israel protest incident. So this is already after stuff that has already happened. This isn't my opinion. This is over facts and crimes that happened from people who are anti-Israel, who were all wearing masks. Don't forget to subscribe, guys. If you want some great news every day, hit that subscribe, ring that bell, the notification bell, and then every time I post a video, it'll come right into your feed. New York Attorney General Letitia James is getting behind an effort to change the state law that could ban face coverings at protest following a surge in hateful attacks involving masked anti-Semites. Now, this is not saying that Muslims are anti-Semites, although many are, but I'm just saying the ones who wore, what we used to do is we allowed women to wear a hijab. Is it going to be legal or illegal? Can their kids wear a hijab, the wrapping to school? Fine. Well, and then you make it illegal for them to wear a burqa. You can't have a driver's license if someone with an ID with just looking out a window like this. It doesn't do any good to cover their face. They go, fine, hijab, you can wear. And you can legally wear them at a protest. Well, then suddenly, so then you have people wearing the scarf with just the sunglasses wrapped around the face like this. And it's to hide their identity. They pretend it's to be a Muslim, which, by the way, is rooted in a woman or someone wanting to cover their head out of reverence for God is what they claim. And now they're really using it to hide their identity as they perform violence at a protest. See, they're hiding behind something that America thinks is legit and okay, but they're trying to take advantage of it. And Letitia James has to make a decision on it. In an exclusive statement to the Post, a spokesperson for Letitia James said that the state's top attorney is in discussions with Governor Kathy Hochul and lawmakers over the push to bring back New York's mask ban, which she supported scrapping during the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic, right before the George Floyd demonstrations began to rage. And the George Floyd demonstrations had a lot of Antifa come out and help support them, and they all wore masks. Quote, this is a complex legal matter, and we are currently in discussions with lawmakers on this issue, unquote. The statement from Letitia James reads, quote, in New York, no one should be able to hide behind a mask to spew hate, unquote. Not just spew hate, but to commit any crime. I don't care about their intent, okay? So, but I'm only saying it's not when you have all these rioters, okay? Criminals wear masks for a reason. When you rob a bank, criminals wear masks. Why? So you can't easily identify them. So they're not going to be able to identify protesters. Of course, they have to take away the ability for you to wear a ski mask on the street in the middle of violent demonstration. It renders the cops worthless. And probably if you tear someone's mask off, it's like a violation of their civil rights. So they're going to have to change the law. While James's role is purely advisory in this stage of the lawmaking process, her opinion carries significant weight. She carries significant weight, given that she is the one who would immediately be charged with defending such a law in court, where it would be re-implemented and challenged by what? By violent anti-Semite protesters. They're going to have their day in court. And who's going to defend them? Probably the ACLU. Back in 2020, Letitia James had penned a letter to state lawmakers expressing her full-throated support of repealing the more than 2-century-old ban on group mask wearing. That's 200 years old. Arguing it was necessary step to enforce public health directives during the pandemic. The legislature voted to repeal the law 3 days after Floyd's death. So they go, oh, Floyd, yeah, we're going to repeal this law. At the hands of a Minneapolis cop, an incident that sparked nationwide protests. Jewish leaders have recently called the lawmakers to bring the law back, arguing it's allowing virulent anti-Jewish protesters to spew hate while escaping accountability. We will not tolerate individuals, masks, who may be responsible for criminal or threatening behavior, unquote. We're not a society of Tuscan Raiders, okay? You don't get to hide your face and commit your crimes. I think it's reasonable to hide your face if you have a sun allergy. If it's cold out, fine, wear a mask. But if you're out in the normal heat of the day and you just want an anonymity while you go rob a store, sorry, you can't do it. Hochul said Thursday, pointing out a shocking incident in which masked thugs took over a subway car in Manhattan this week and ordered Zionists to get out. Okay, yeah. Time for you to take the mask off, buddy. You don't get to play anymore. That's not American. Hochul said she was working with lawmakers after Jewish leaders' calls, first reported by the Post, to reinstate the anti-masking law, with the talks largely, but not entirely, focused on subways. Mayor Eric Adams went a step further, saying, I agree with those who are calling for removal of the ban, not only for the protesters who are using vile language, but also for criminal behavior. He said, cowards hide their faces. Dr. Martin Luther King did not hide his face. Adam told hosts John Castameditis and Rita Cosby. I really like that quote. Anytime you're going for Martin Luther King, I like that. Now is the time to go back to the way we were pre-COVID, where you were not able to wear masks at protests. And I don't see anyone who's suffering by not being able to wear a mask at a protest. You know, who's in trouble? I'm not for the state making anything easier. They have face recognition. They want to arrest everyone. I get it. I get why the state wants to do this. But at the same time, you should feel scared sitting on a subway when 4 or 5 people come on and they're wearing masks and they can do anything to you with impunity. They will never get caught in New York. And that just has to end. State polls, both Republican and Democrat, are starting to come around to the idea of bringing back the law which banned gatherings of people covering their faces and carried a penalty of 15 days in jail. What do you guys think? Is masks a First Amendment right that you should have? Or is this government overreach to make people take their masks off? Or is it okay? Just let me know in the comments below. Say, pass the law, get the masks off these criminals.
Yo, there we have it, guys. Coming from our friend Doug in Exile. I'll definitely be sure to leave that original video link down in the description box below. For those of you who want to go over there and check that out, also, if you guys to go over there and show our friend Doug a bit of love. Oh my goodness, guys. Letitia James, I can't believe she's still sitting in that seat as Attorney General over in New York, especially after the way she's misused her power. of her office as Attorney General, guys, to come after Donald Trump with that charade civil fraud case with that, corrupt judge Arthur Ingram. I know I can't be the only one still out here in hopes that Letitia James finally faces her day, with her higher ups, the higher courts, face accountability. They catch wind to, her corruption within her office, because, to run and campaign on the nature of getting Donald Trump still just does not sit right with me. Here we got, the law to take those masks off, protest. This one just seems like an age-old law that should have been in place, maybe a brief pause during COVID, but immediately slap back and shift back into shape afterwards, guys. We should not allow thugs to be able to protest with these masks on, hiding their identity, remaining anonymous, able to commit any type of crime, any illegal act they want, while being behind an anonymous mask. It just doesn't make sense. Definitely a law, a piece of legislation that should have passed with flying colors, guys. This is the safety of, New York State. I could see why state officials are, trying to step in. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but the history of the nature of a mask is to hide your identity, unless it's for religious purposes, maybe a head covering, a hijab, like Doug was referring to. But other than that, if it's not, you're not in a cold climate, maybe even some type of allergy to the sun or the element, you shouldn't have a mask on out in public. This just seems like one of those unspoken but spoken rules where we just know it's just not acceptable out in public. You leave your house, you should be able to be identified, especially if you're going to be partaking in protests, guys. Maybe turn violent. We need to be able to identify all these criminals, all these thugs. Definitely time to step in. Letitia James better shift into shape, guys. Give her opinion and say, hey, we need to pass this law, this legislation to say that, these thugs can no longer, protest with these masks on, hide their identity. I mean, without this law, we can see what's going to happen. These thugs are going to run rampant and they'll never be identified or charged for the crimes. They'll just be getting over on the citizens that are living in these cities that don't have that type of law in place. This one seems like it should be a big no-brainer, but with Letitia James, nothing seems to shock me, guys. Definitely hop in the comment section and let me know your thoughts on what we're seeing here. That subway car really just doesn't sit well with my stomach. They're coming after these folks, telling them they got to get off the bus. Definitely hop in the comment section and let me know your thoughts, what we just seen, and also on that Attorney General Letitia James and her corruption as an Attorney General, guys. Should she still be removed from office based on her, criminal act to stretch those statutes of the law paper thin in order to come after Donald Trump? Guys, definitely hop in the comment section. Let me know what you're thinking. Also, make sure you guys hit that share button and share this out to as many Facebook friends as possible, guys. Share the truth. Also, make sure you guys hit that like button. Doesn't cost one thing, you guys. Hit that like button for your boy, and also hit that subscribe button as we're on the road to the truth. Hop aboard for the journey. I'll catch you guys on the next week.